She's a working mom of two children. I invited her to please come and share her journey so that her journey can motivate you. Her journey will testimony to all those people who says that I don't have time, who says that for every single challenge, if a working mom with two children and a husband to take care, if she can do it, I'm 100% sure you can. So, first of all, welcome, Bincy, and congratulations on clearing PMP in a style. So, Bincy, you see, uh, I'm very happy that finally we are able to cross the line. First of all, why don't you share your journey in your own way?
Thank you, sir. And like I just messaged you yesterday, this is all cause I trusted in God and in you only. I started your batch, especially in November 2023. And from then, the support and guidance that you've given me was so immense. And also our PMP aspirants group, always there for any questions of mine. I'm really proud that the certificate is just not because of me, but because of you, sir, and that team in that group. Because when I joined the course initially, the 6 days, it was good. I was able to stay focused, the pace, and I used to maintain my time schedule and everything. But then later, when I started doing the mocks, it was like never ending. I still remember asking Sir before, after I got one first set of mocks, should we finish these mocks before the next class? And he would be like, of course, yes. And then I used to feel tired, and due to this busy schedule, I used to push it. But through all those times, then I'll be getting a WhatsApp message. How many mocks have you completed? From Sir. Then I'll be running and finishing all my course and immediately rushing to do the mocks and complete the RCAs so I can reply to you, sir. One thing that I really like about you, sir, is your dedication and passion towards PMP. The way I always used to tell you, the way you cite examples from real life situations to ensure that each and everyone understands the topic. So that's something that I'm so grateful for you, sir.
Thank you.
And I know that I have been a very nagging student because I've kept on asking questions, especially in the aspirants group a lot. But thanks to every one of you who always helped me in my journey.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And this is something that we are really proud that every single person in our STEAM group help each other, and we have built a community that is bigger than any community in the world, especially in this domain. Especially when we talk about the PMP domain, it is the biggest community in the world, where each one teach one is the over mantra, and everyone is helping each other. Let's jump directly to the most important thing. How did you manage time in the exam?
Okay, so there were three sessions. So in the first break, where we had around 60 questions. So you had told me that 80 minutes, but I was able to do that in 66 minutes.
Okay.
So I was able to save some time there, but that was
Okay.
really helpful.
Okay.
After that, I took my break and I
Okay.
immediately came back. I started with my second session.
Okay.
Second session was really nerve cracking.
Mm.
So that almost 16 to 14 minutes that I got from my first one was really helpful for me in my second one.
Okay.
So that's where I had to spend a lot of time. I
Hmm.
marked a couple of questions for like reviewing later. But then when I came back, then I understood that the time was passing. Then I didn't take my second break
Oh, you
because
did not take.
no, I didn't take because I was tensed. Maybe because the length, the questions, it was not because of the length. It was like overall a lot of situational questions. Okay. So that is why I
But
thought that
break has nothing to do with that, na? Once the 120 questions are done, in any way you cannot go back, right? You
you cannot
cannot
go back.
cannot go back. So, not taking the break would not help in any way. What do you think?
Maybe because in that center where I did, especially if I need to take a break also, I could only stretch out myself because if I need to use the washroom or anything, I had to walk a bit. So I was just worried
Ah,
about the time. So
okay,
that was
okay.
because the first itself, I had to walk like around 7 minutes I wasted. So I was really worried. And I was not allowed to drink water from which I brought. It was very strict. So I just wanted to ensure that I maintained the time. So second one,
That
I didn't
is
go for
that
it.
is a that's a different thing that I heard. But that center is very strict about that.
Yeah,
Even the
it was
breaks
strict.
are. breaks are
Yeah.
not allowed. Like
Breaks
water
are
is not,
allowed.
water is not
Okay.
allowed. Water is not allowed. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's okay.
Water
It
is
is.
allowed, but we need to drink from there. So I was also very cautious about my timings and everything.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Got your point. Got your point. Okay. So you did not take the second break. Which area of the exam was more highlighted in the exam?
Um, Yeah, so for me, it was a mix of everything: stakeholder, risk, teams, agile, hybrid was there,
Mm-hmm.
scope and schedule. There were only two drag and drops and one straightforward question from PERT, but that was it, not straightforward, a little bit, but yeah, that was there. So I had got two calculation questions. One was regarding to PERT and one was regarding to SPI and CPI, but that was straightforward. Not much of head, like you need to
No,
put your brain into
no
it.
calculation question. Okay, Vinci, let me ask you a very interesting question. So yesterday we did agile. Today we are. It's the second day, so we are doing stakeholder communication team. Okay, a person who knows agile stakeholder communication team, can he clear the exam? Nothing
Yes,
else.
yes, yes.
Okay, so this is still these four topics, the topic that we are going to discuss today with the student stakeholder communication team. That is still the most important topic in the PMP exam. How the
Yeah.
stakeholders are engaged. Okay, how much the exam was virtual team? In last few days we did virtual team questions a lot because those questions were coming. So how much that was in your exam?
Not much. I should say only one question I got. I was actually looking forward, but only one question.
Only one question you got. And what was the length of question? You remember in
No,
last few weeks, I went full hedge and did like 10 line questions. So what was the length of the questions for you?
it was maybe because of the widescreen, but 3 lines maximum.
Three lines maximum. Uh,
Yeah,
okay, Bensi, so when you said to me that the exam was very challenging, that was your first thing. After the exam, that I cleared the exam, but exam was very tough. So
yeah.
why did you feel that?
Maybe because I expected, like when we were doing the mocks, there were kind of questions where we were able to understand, we know the
Hmm.
concept, but these questions were totally situational based, totally new situations,
That's good.
which, yeah,
That's good.
and that's very good. Yeah, we should never mug up the answer. That's one thing that I should say. Okay, and some questions were there from our ATP mocks, but again, you have to ensure that it's going to be nerve cracking. Don't think it's going to be an easy one. You have to
Okay.
ensure that you keep your pace. And I remember that the last video that you told me like it's going to be situational and difficult, but there, how a PM is going to handle it, that is very important.
How the PM is going to handle, what things PM is going to look into that. This all comes down to that thing, how the PM is going to look into that. And you need to set yourself as a project manager. If you can set yourself as a project manager, then you can get this thing done, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's the important thing to put in the context. You need to act as a mentality of a project manager, and you need to look into that way. Okay, Vincent, so which mocks were more relevant for you? Random 180 mocks, which mocks were more relevant to you?
180 and ATP mocks.
80 mocks. You did, uh, guys, just to put the context, Bincy was actually ready for the exam by the last week of January. But because of heavy snow in Canada, there was no dates available. And we were looking dates in the last week of January. I was saying it look the date for next 2 3 days. And she was saying, sir, the only dates available in the mid of February. So finally we booked the exam for yesterday. Otherwise, she was ready. And I was key, like I am a big believer of a thing that is called law of diminishing return. When you reach a certain point, you must take an action. So Binsi was ready for 2 weeks, so she was overthinking. So, but and this is a very dangerous thing, Binsi. For anything in the life, for anything in the life, please remember that. Okay, please remember that overthinking is one of the most like we need to take action immediately when we reach there. Okay, so Binsi, what advice you can give to the people who are preparing for the PMP exam now?
One thing is slow down, stay calm. Coaching calls and marathons are like booster doses. You should attend them. Never, I always used to ensure that I never miss any of the questions and the explanations the team, anyone puts up on the aspirants group or in our batch group. So it's not going to be easy, but if you prepare it well, you are going to do it. If I can do it, every one of you can do it. So just believe in yourself.
yourself, working towards that. That is the most important thing. Yeah. Yeah, Abdul Salam, please go ahead. What you want to ask, brother?
Hi, Bincy. First of all, congratulations, and it's nice to see more people from my belt doing the PMP. I'm ready to do it. So I just have one question with respect to solving a question during the PMP exam. How different is it from when we solve 180 question Sarame's exam, and how different is it in the PMP exam? Can we highlight the questions? Can we uh, go select options? How can you explain the process in the solving the question?
Okay, so that screen has a highlighter. So you can highlight, you can use your elimination technique, you can cross out everything. There is a calculator in that screen itself. So everything is there. And even there's also a button for marking it for review, like flagging it. So you don't have to worry on that. So everything is there on the screen, and you will be given a notepad with a pen. So you can write down onto your sheet as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's a critical thing that we don't have in the simulator, but that is in the software available in the PMI. I am looking how we can add in our simulator that also, so that it reflects, but still, but so far that is just like I am writing down with my pen, you can use it with the mouse. But again, it's mouse. Okay, guys, this is Bincy just cleared PMP. Bincy, why don't you share? Was it easy to manage kids and with all the things? Was it easy to prepare? How did you get the time to study? To be very true.
Um, every day after my work, I had to go to work some days. So after that, once I come home, it's going to be a rush. So I'll ensure by 8:30 I start my studies, and I go till around 12 o'clock till 1. And so that's some time that I used to do every day. So consistency is important. Like you said, sir, 1 is greater than 0. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. Even some days, if I don't do anything, I'll ensure that I go through my RCAs and learn something from there. And before I sleep, I go through that WhatsApp group just to see if the PMP aspirants group, the questions, if there's anything that I can learn from that. So that is really important, because the views on the understanding of other people is very important. Especially thanks to many people out there who was always there. If anyone puts a question, everyone has an answer for it. So that's something very important.
That's very important, and that's the critical thing, and to look into that. Thank you, Binsi. Thank you very much. Now you know very well my mantra. Each one, teach one is the name of the game, and the same thing that the certified PMPs have done for you. Now you have to do it for the people. And I need 20 questions from you because we will have PMP marathon next Saturday. Yes, Marwa, go ahead. You have a question, please, sister. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a question for to preparing for BMP exam. Is it enough 1 hour every day to prepare for exam and study or not? What is the most important point or things I have to prepare it to do the exam of BMP?
Yes, Binsi, go ahead.
Marwa, I would straightly say 1 hour is not enough, because while doing the mocks, initially maybe when you're doing the topics mocks, it could be enough. But then when you go into the 180 and all, you will need to crack in at least 3 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day. And then doing RCAs is also very important. So you have to ensure that you put your schedule in that way. I'm sure if I can do it, I'm sure you will be able to do it. So don't worry on that. But just ensure that consistency is there.
Okay, I would like to add this question a little bit more in a detailed way. So, what Binsi is trying to say that yes, if you keep on doing 1 hour daily, you can get the PMP done. That's not a, it will take more time, but there will come a time when you have to solve 180 questions. And 180 is a time box question, like it is consistently 4 hours. So, at that time, Marva, at that time, you need to book 4 hours to solve that question. Okay, but before reaching that, there's a long journey. You need to do the topic mocks, you need to do 60-60. So just for those 6 mocks, those 6 days, you need to book 4. And many people, like I have a student Anam, she is preparing very good, she is doing 180 mocks only on weekends. She is doing in between things. She said I cannot give 180 uh, time normally, so she is doing that thing. So Mava, the most important thing what she just highlighted is consistency. okay, is consistency. So let's work into that. Let's work into that, how things can work, what are the ways, and how you can improve into that. Yeah. Anyone else, any question they would like to ask? Thank you, Bincy. Thank you very much. Send me your thumbnail. I'll put a picture of this, and each one teach one is the mantra.